Hello guys, this video will show a really nice tool called Drag, which you can incorporate into your workflow. So let's say if I were to create a sphere, and then I wanted to have some sort of flowing pattern around here. Now, I could of course do something like this, but let's say I wanted to make it more freeform, more smooth. So, well, one method I have, guys, is that I can use face constraints. I can click on the vertex, for example, and make the center active, and 3ds Max will memorize that, which means when I left click now, it's going to kind of only move the vertices constrained to the edges, to constrain to the faces of the object. So I can use this, guys, to kind of get around the result that I want. And go throughout here and, you know, get that kind of result. But drag allows us to do a little bit more than that. It's a little bit more powerful. So I will go ahead and switch this to the second option. Not grid, but surface. Pick the same object, so we're using the same object. And then we're going to go ahead and use drag. Now, I'm going to carefully only select the vertices. If I left click now, you can hover over here to get a little menu showing you how to use all the tools, but I'll just show you here. If you left click on the vertex and hold, it's going to conform to whatever you have set here, whether the grid or a surface. Right, so I can very quickly, guys, conform this to whatever kind of shape I want. Alright, and then I could just, of course, inset or crease set or anything else like that, guys. That gives us a very nice way of detailing things, guys, while still keeping everything with the same kind of topology. But what's good about this tool, guys, is that it's not just for vertices. If I hold down Shift, I can now move edges as well, and Control for faces. So notice how from the side, if I hold Control and then left click, it's going to move that face around. Now if I hold down Alt over a vertex, it'll move the vertex in screen space away from the surface. If I hold down Shift Alt, it'll move an edge away from the surface, and if I hold down Control Alt, it'll move away a face from the surface. So we have both in one tool, surface control for vertices, edges, and faces, and the ability to quickly kind of sculpt them away to create nice little effects like this. So it's almost like a low poly sculpting tool, which you can use very effectively. How about another example with a plane? If you guys are enjoying this video, be sure to check out the description where I have links to more advanced courses such as on sci-fi design, futuristic vehicles, furniture, and more comprehensive advanced courses. Right, let's say I tessellate this. I'll select the object itself. I can, for example, Control-Alt move this up. And then Shift-Alt. I can very quickly, guys, create very interesting freeform results using this. Alright. And then, so here's the thing. It will move things according to whatever state it entered in when you use drag. And then, so for example, if I were to move this edge up, you can see it's not really going anywhere. So I'll right click to exit out of that, then I'll press my hotkey to go back into drag, and now it'll work much better. So sometimes you can right click to confirm, set up this shape as a current shape, and then enter back into drag. Alright guys, sometimes you may want to create a specific panel line, and which we can now do so using this tool. Alright, now all I gotta do is select whichever edges I want to be part of that panel line. And then I will chamfer it. I'll select the inner loop and I'll push it outwards, inwards. And we now have a very nice panel line happening here. Of course, we can crease it up more. But just like that, guys, you get these very nice custom patterns of panel lines. And so, guys, this tool is just useful for a number of things. Sometimes what you want to do is you want to go ahead and clean things up for other things. So, for example, let's say very quickly just kind of cut through here, boom, 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 like that. And then I think, okay, well, I want to have like a clean extrusion around here. Well, I go back into drag and I just kind of clean it up here according to the thickness of the extrusion that I want. And kind of get this nice topological flow going. And now I can get the extrusion kind of happening right here. Let's say, for example, right here, I want to create an extrusion here, but you notice the problem is it's much wider here and it's much thinner here. Well, drag to the rescue. Now you can go ahead and create the kind of evenness you want very easily here. For extrusions or the details. Alright, let's say I extrude this down here. Alright. So let's say I create this kind of topology here for sharpening it up. So sometimes when you're working, you work very quickly, then you think, okay, well, I need to go ahead and fix this up. So now we go into shift and we can kind of more accurately align the vertices where we need them to be. Get a little bit more control happening here. Sometimes you may look at a certain kind of subdivided result. You may think, you know what, it's kind of a little bit distortion here. How can we fix that? Well, let me go and put a modifier. Let me do a little bit of shift there. You know, what if this polygon is just way too stretched out? Let's kind of make it a little more even here. You know, let's make all the polygons a little bit more even. This is a trick, guys, you can use to just kind of even things out. So you can just kind of use this, guys, to sharpen things up or even things out. Alright, guys. So that has been using the drag tool. I hope it becomes a valuable addition to your Polygon sculpting workflow. Thank you for watching and take care.